Woohoo! Yay! Congratulations, class of 2020 EDM students from Rutgers University. I just want to say hello, Imani. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Kerry. Hello, Patricia. And hello, Julia. Congratulations. Well deserved. And you guys worked so hard within the matter of those 2 years that you try to obtain. Well, more than that, obviously. But you get what I'm saying. You guys have a special connection with me because 10 years ago, exactly around this time frame, I graduated from NYU with my master's in dance education. So I'm also going to have my 10-year reunion with my cohorts coming up. So speaking of cohorts, always stick together, and I always do with my cohorts. I want to take this time to make this video for all of you to give you some inspiration as you move forward. You're going to be all excellent dance educators out there, and I hope you enjoy the second part of this video as it's coming to you right now. Hello, and a wonderful job, and bravo to your portfolios. I just have to say, those portfolios represent more than just your hard work as an EDM here at Rutgers University, but represents of why you chose to become a dance educator. And I'm just going to give you a word of advice. I still have mine to this day. I have it in my school desk. It's just a reminder on those days, like when you question yourself, why am I a dance educator? Or why am I doing this? Or why am I struggling with myself? Look back at that portfolio, and it's going to remind you of the passion that you still have it, but always keep that with you, and it's always going to be part of you, and it represents you. And I'm not just saying besides the hard work at Rutgers, but you being the dance educator you're going to be. So I know I'm no Bill Nye, the science guy, or President Obama, or whoever big Broadway star that would probably speak at the Mason Grove School of the Arts graduation. And I understand you're not having your normal pomps and circumstance this year, but I wanted to provide a little speech to all of you just to help you on your journey to becoming the dance educator that I know you're going to be. So without further ado, and to help with some wonderful dance icons that we've all learned in our dance education and from our dance teachers or whoever, but they will help me provide this speech to all of you as you go into moving on to be that wonderful dance educator, to be the best of the dance educators that I know, and is going to be, and it is now going to be, my colleague. So here we go. As you journey starts to becoming a dance educator, you're going to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. We all know this is for any profession, but especially in the dance world, because at the beginning you got to advocate for what you do and how it benefits your students and benefits the community and all this other stuff. But keep in mind that once you do that and people see your passion and you move on at the beginning and make an impact, and you will all make an impact, I guarantee that, to your students, people will see the beauty and grace, and they know about beauty and grace when a general audience sees it, but they'll see another side that you will provide for all of them to open their eyes, that dance is not just something to watch, it's something to appreciate, it's something to embody, it's something to be passionate about, and how it provides such a positive impact in every person. So, but when I was talking about those trials and tribulations as you're coming along, there's many times that you're going to be knocked down, beat down, questioned, and you sometimes question yourself, and that's just part of it in any profession. But in the dance education world, because you're kind of alone sometimes when you're in your building, I know I am, but that's okay. You're never alone. You always look for another teacher there to help you out, to be your mentor, or just to be a friend, to someone to talk to, because no one will only understand what you're going through except for another dance educator. But something that's happened to me, and I urge you, don't let this happen to you. besides being a dance educator, you're still a dancer, and you're an artist. And there are times where I forgot being an artist. So, how does this relate to dance education? Because, never forget, we wear many hats. Every educator does. But sometimes we forget that we are also artists. And Martha Graham puts this out real good. Has a great statement. No artist is pleased. There is no satisfaction whatever at any time. There's only strange, divine dissatisfaction. A blessed unrest that keeps us marching and makes us move alive than the others. And artists are never pleased. And you can see that throughout fine arts, performing arts, any kind of arts. We're never satisfied with what we do. We might have satisfaction we completed a piece of choreography, or satisfaction we finished getting through our curriculum, but we're always never satisfied as artists. So at that point, being that artist is what pushes our students to be the best they can be. So never forget that you're an artist, and never be pleased. Always put your students at a high expectations to fulfill, and they're going to become the artists that you are as of now as a dance educator. So don't forget to become an artist. Now, going away from like the negative ends of what you're going to deal with at the job place in dance education, you have to also keep this philosophy, and I do it myself, and 92nd Street Y has a wonderful philosophy that's exactly what Alvin Ailey says. Alvin Ailey says, dance is for everybody. I believe that dance comes from the people out, that it should always be delivered to the people. And what's the beautiful part of that is that dance, as Alvin Ailey says, it's from the people, and we should bring it back to the people. And what that means is not just deliver it physically, deliver it emotionally to the people. And the people we're talking about is the community. Show them why we are dance educators. And I believe dance is for everyone. Everyone can learn it. Everyone can embody it. Everyone can love it. And the night I mentioned 92nd Street Y, they have dance for every child. Same philosophy. And that's part of my education philosophy. I feel like everyone can dance. It's up to us to deliver it to everyone. And there are times, just saying, there are times where I'm teaching a lesson and I'm realizing, like, oh boy, it's not going well. But you still finished it, and you taught what you needed to teach. And then when you revisit it and like, oh man, I gotta teach this a little different. And you will, it happens. But that's a sign of being a dance educator, and any educator per se. But the revisiting is what makes us better and better year after year. And the funny thing is, when I'm having those days where I'm teaching a lesson, it's not going well in my mind, but for my students, they think it's going well. I keep in mind what Bob Fosse says. He says, they might not know what I'm doing, but they know I'm doing something. And that's very important. Even if you're having that bad lesson, you're still doing something. And you're still making that impact on your students. So, also, when I told you about, like, sometimes we forget we're being artists, sometimes we get tamed. And what that means is that we just settle to being just that dance educator. We're not doing stuff for ourselves. We're just sticking to the curriculum we've been doing every year. We're not revisiting anymore. Can't do that. You always got to revisit every year. And when you revisit, it makes you grow as a dance educator. And how I talk about revisiting, Isadora Duncan says it well. You were once wild here, but don't let them tame you. It's very important. Don't anyone let you tame you. Be who you were, going back to all the way to your portfolios that I wonderfully saw throughout the year, and I saw you guys do in my class. So, and sticking with not being tamed. Like I said, rough days and great days equal. It does balance it out when you're teaching. Rewards, self-reward, self-fulfillment. But one thing you also have to keep in mind, George Balanchine says this well, why are you stingy with yourselves? Why are you holding back? What are you saving for another time? There are no other times. There are only right now. And that's right. Every day you're with your students, there's only that right now. So Keep that in mind. Like I said, don't get tamed, and this is for right now. Always teach for the now, and then your future is always going to be continuing whatever you're doing now. So I want to end with one thing to tell all of you. As dance educators, trials and tribulations, like I said earlier, of the speech, but you'll have self-fulfillment, and you always will tell yourself that I chose the right thing for me, and you did this for many, many reasons. But when it comes down to it, I have to let you all know that Catherine Dunham says this well, and I want to end my speech with you guys about this. Go within every day and find the inner strength to the world will not blow your candle out. So no matter what happens in your journey through your being a dance educator, don't let anyone blow your candle out. On that note, everyone, congratulations, everyone, and here's to the class of 2020. Yeah.